Gru, who's tearing up the road in a badass car, was once a villain himself, but now he's gone straight and works as an agent for an organization that takes down bad guys. Right now, I'm heading to a reunion of old students from the Villian Monastery School, where I studied when I was young. Along with him, 3 minions are tagging along, stumbling and bumbling in their chaotic little way. I didn't exactly come here because I was dying to, it's all about catching a bad guy named Maxime Lemal. Back in their school days, Gru and Maxime Lemal were classmates. Now, Maxime's a big-shot villain, and to top it off, he's hooked up with the popular girl from back then, so he's swaggering around like he's king of the hill. Not long after, the principal decides to award the Golden Student Prize to the most outstanding former student among all these ex-villain alumni. And the winner? None other than Maxime Lemal, the principal's absolute favorite student. Maxime's always been obsessed with insects, so back in his school days, the other students ganged up and mocked him for it. Now, Maxime can not only control insects but has also upgraded his body with the strengths of all kinds of bugs. While Maxime was bragging about how famous he'd become in the villain world, Gru whipped out his anti-villain league card and nabbed him on the spot. Even though Maxime tried to bolt with all his insect-powered might, he still got caught. As he was hauled off, he snarled, "I'll get my revenge on you." Meanwhile, with the mission wrapped up, Gru went back to chilling happily with his family. Gru's got 3 daughters, plus a little son who's a spitting image of him. The kid turns into a total grump the moment he's in his dad's arms. He's sweet as can be with his mom, but with Gru, pure mischief. The minions take on the babysitting duties for the kid, handling all the chaos. That same day, Maxime, stuck in prison, sends a message through the CCTV, ranting that as soon as he's free, he's coming for Gru and his family to settle the score. That very day, Maxime busted out of prison with the help of his insects. Because of that, the agency moved Gru's family to a safe location. The kids are bummed about having to switch houses, while the minions get called back to stay at headquarters. Gru's family lives in a small, cramped house in Mayflower Town. They keep their location a secret, even from their relatives. They also have to use fake names to hide their real identities. In this town, Gru works as a solar panel salesman, while Lucy is a hairstylist. Their 3 daughters each have a different name for school enrollment. Gru's family doesn't like living this way, but since they get to stay together as a family during their time off from work, they still find some happiness in it. Gru, who has been busy with work and distant from his kids, is now eagerly trying to bond with his son. Meanwhile, Maxime is plotting to kidnap Gru's son. Despite this, Gru's family is happily enjoying their simple family life. Gru's youngest daughter, Agnes, doesn't know how to lie, so she refuses to use a fake name. The middle daughter, who lies all the time, is getting frustrated with her. While taking care of the baby, Gru also takes his eldest daughter, Margot, to school. Their neighbor, Poppy, is the same age as Margot, but her parents don't get along with Gru's family. After dropping his daughter off at school, Gru greets Poppy, the neighbor, but Poppy just gives him a cold, chilling stare and walks away. Meanwhile, the minions are causing chaos at their workplace, doing whatever they please. Among them, only 5 brave ones have what it takes to complete an important mission. The energetic minions immediately go silent and step back, as soon as they hear that only the brave ones will be chosen. Unfortunately, 5 unlucky minions end up getting selected. The department has created powerful experimental serums specifically for the minions. If the experiment succeeds, the minions will become superheroes, but if it fails, they will explode. If successful, they will gain powers like super strength, laser vision, a rubber-like body, a stone-hard body, and the ability to fly. Meanwhile, Gru's 2 daughters have joined a karate class. On their very first day, they already caused trouble for the karate instructor, making them instantly famous. Lucy, on the other hand, accidentally spilled a bad hair dye on herself, leading to a disaster that forced her to run away. Gru is busy taking care of his baby son while handling work. Margot comes home furious after being bullied at school. Maxime is searching for Gru's family using an insect-shaped spaceship. While Gru is taking out the trash, he runs into Poppy from next door. To his surprise, Poppy seems to know all about his past. Poppy blackmails Gru, saying that if he doesn't want his past to be exposed, he must steal something for her. Gru doesn't even get a chance to refuse. Poppy just gives him a chilling stare and walks away. Meanwhile, Maxime has hated Gru ever since their school days. Maxime's hatred for Gru started back in school, when Gru accidentally stole the spotlight by singing the song Maxime had planned to perform at an event. Now, Maxime's giant insect spaceship has run out of fuel, forcing him to stop at a roadside station to refill. When his bank card fails, he loses his temper and shoots the cashier with an insect gun. The unfortunate cashier begins transforming into a bug-like creature. While Lucy is out shopping, she accidentally bumps into the woman from the store where she caused trouble earlier. As soon as the woman recognizes Lucy, she angrily chases after her. Lucy and her family quickly flee from the supermarket to avoid any more trouble. Meanwhile, her two daughters find the whole situation thrilling and exciting. At the same time, Gru and his son arrive at the tree where Poppy had asked them to meet. Poppy, on the other hand, is determined to become a villain. She is trying to get accepted into the same villain school that Gru once attended. Gru wants to tell Poppy not to go down this path, but he knows he has no right to lecture her. Back when he was her age, he had already stolen the Queen of England's crown. Poppy is determined to get into the villain school. To do so, she plans to steal the headmaster's prized dog-pig emblem. Gru has no desire to steal anything, but fearing that Poppy might expose his past, he reluctantly heads to the villain school with her. The super minions are undergoing real-world training. They try to stop a thief by throwing a metal rod, but they miss and accidentally knock out the shop owner instead. At a high-rise building, a janitor's safety rope snaps, and he cries out for help. A super minion steps in to assist, but instead of saving the worker, he just helps finish the cleaning job faster. The laser-powered super minion rescues a cat from a tree, but in the process, he ends up accidentally slicing through parts of the city. The rubber-bodied minion attempts to stop a runaway train, swinging like Spider-Man, but ultimately fails. Meanwhile, the stone-bodied minion swallows an about-to-explode bomb, but instead of neutralizing it, his explosive reaction causes even more destruction. Due to all these disasters, the department recalls them, forcing the super minions to retire from their superhero life. A gang of thieves arrives at the villain school using jet-powered umbrellas. Gru opens his toolkit, expecting to find his glass-cutting tools, but realizes he mistakenly packed a bag full of baby supplies instead. However, being an experienced thief, he improvises, using a baby bottle and a pacifier clip to cut through the glass. To descend inside, he creatively ties together baby clothes to form a rope. Then, he covers the CCTV cameras with baby outfits, allowing him to smoothly make his way to the headmaster's office. As Poppy prepares to enter, Gru doesn't let her rush in blindly. Instead, he sprays panda powder into the air, revealing the laser security beams. While the thieves are still analyzing the lasers, a small, agile child thief effortlessly slips through them on all fours, making their way inside. Once inside, the group sneaks around and eventually reaches the laser shutdown button. Gru urgently tells the kid to press it, but the kid keeps playing around before finally shutting it off. They soon find the dog-pig emblem. Gru plans to use a tranquilizer to put everyone to sleep and take it away unnoticed. But before he can act, the kid unexpectedly opens a hidden cage. Suddenly, the dog-pig bursts out, going wild. In the chaos, Gru accidentally injects himself with the tranquilizer. The master thief seems immune to the effects, but one of his legs goes completely numb, leaving him stumbling. The loud noises alert the headmaster, who begins heading their way. As the group struggles to control the rampaging dog-pig, the kid casually offers it some jelly he was eating. To everyone's surprise, the creature instantly calms down. Just as they are sneaking away with the dog-pig emblem, the headmaster arrives in a high-tech wheelchair, upgraded for high-speed pursuit. Determined to reclaim his prized pet, he accelerates, chasing after them. Gru and the thieves quickly hijack a school spaceship and escape. Poppy is impressed by Gru's skills and thanks him, while the little thief, feeling a sense of bonding, starts admiring his dad. Meanwhile, furious over the break-in, the headmaster tracks down Gru's home address, and immediately alerts Maxime. The next day, while Gru and Lucy are away, the headmaster arrives at their home. He asks for Gru's real name, and Margot, realizing the danger, quickly messages Gru for help. Gru and Lucy rush back and end up fighting the headmaster. At that moment, Maxime arrives in his insect spaceship. Spotting the kid playing outside, Maxime swoops in and kidnaps him. Realizing their child is missing, Gru and Lucy call their agency for help. In response, the agency sends the retired super minions to assist Gru. With Poppy's help, Gru follows Maxime's spaceship. On board, the kid struggles and accidentally activates the ship's controls, causing chaos. By the time Gru finally catches up, he is horrified to see that the kid has already transformed into an insect creature. Now completely under Maxime's control, the child obediently follows his every command. Both of them flew away, and Gru went after his son. As they fought, Gru ended up hanging from a construction bridge. While Maxime was attacking Gru, the child suddenly regained his memory of his father. The child bit Maxime's ear and saved his father, Gru. Then, the father and son teamed up to fight Maxime, causing him to fall. At that moment, the super minions arrived, driving a herd of cows, and trampled Maxime. The next day, the child finally called Gru Papa. Dr. Nefario was also able to cure him from being an insect mutant. Maxime was sent to prison. Gru and his family happily continued living in their home, along with the minions. I hope you enjoyed this little story. I'll be posting updates every 2 days, so don't forget to like and subscribe.